Go.
Hi, I'm Rotaractor Sanisian Code, and I'm the chairperson for this meeting. To my right, I have none other than President Sheldon, who will be our speaker, and to my left, I have Director Tamika, who will be doing our vote of thanks. Now, behind the camera, we have none other than Rotaractor Isaac Brown. Thank you. Are you guys ready? Let's get right into it. A pleasant afternoon, everyone. I am Sanisia Code again, and thank you so much for coming out to yet another informative meeting. We'll be touching on the topic of mental health awareness, but in general, we'll be speaking closely to suicide prevention. Now, President Sheldon, will be educating us as to the symptoms to look for in suicide prevention, as well as some of the many ways that we can use to approach persons who have suicidal tendencies, and how we can try to help them to come back into reality and get back part of reality. Now, the World Health Organization says that suicide is one of the leading most causes of death in all across the region. What am I saying? It's a global phenomenon. Now, it is accounted for 75% of deaths in middle to low income countries, such as ours here. Now, it is the 15th leading cause of death globally, worldwide. And suicide is it's the tendency to, not the tendency, but the intention of taking the act of taking one's own life intentionally. Suicide prevention is the umbrella term that is used to help or aim for collective efforts in preventing suicide.
Right.
Now, I'm going to allow President Sheldon to absolutely elaborate on his findings, and he's very educated on the topic because he's done extensive research on this topic, and I'm so glad to have him here this evening to explain to us and elaborate on everything that we need to know for suicide prevention. Go ahead, Chad.
Thank you, Director Sanisia. And let me just say, I'm happy to be here to express to you guys how important it is to be aware of suicide and the symptoms or signs that you should look out for. Truth is, we all know somebody who is maybe expressing these signs. However, we aren't sure. We might think that, they're just probably depressed, or that's how they are. But the truth is, 90% of victims or persons who attempt suicide have some sort of depression. That is fact. 90% of persons who attempt suicide are depressed. And for you to identify the persons who are at risk of suicide, you should first identify what is causing their depression.
Well, elaborate for me on the cause and some of the signs that we can look forward to for persons with suicidal tendencies. Some of the symptoms. Certainly.
It is rather difficult to pinpoint somebody, because somebody who might be struggling looks like me and you. They probably are the loudest person in the room. Somebody who is seeking the most attention. This is a sign of their depression, right? Another sign could be they have tendency to say things like, you will all miss me when I'm gone, or the world will be better off when I'm gone, or will anybody miss me?
Mm-hmm.
Another sign could be physically. You'll see physical marks on their hands or feet, or even on their body where they try to hurt themselves, right? That's signs of somebody who is at risk of committing suicide.
What do you think is Jamaica's stance when it comes to mental health awareness, especially to suicide? What do you think that Jamaica's stance is?
Although Jamaica has a low recorded rate of suicide attempts, a lot of it, in fact, is underreported. A lot of the instances where persons commit suicides go unnoticed or brushed under the carpet as being some, an unfortunate mishap. But truth is, we don't need to be negligent or complacent. It is a real thing. One person dying is one too many, and we as Jamaicans need to stand up for each other and look out for your brother, because I don't know if you have an attempt or have attempted suicide, I need to reach out to you and find out, is everything all right? You know, be a friend, reach out to persons. The Ministry of Health have locations, probably 39 locations island-wide, which offer counseling and training and awareness for persons who are victims of this disease.
Well, that was actually a question I was going to ask you, but I'm going to skip across that and ask you this pressing question. How do we approach persons with suicidal symptoms? How can we help them?
All right, that's pretty simple. In keeping with what I've been explaining to you, the first step is to be aware of it. Be aware of the signs and symptoms. Reach out to somebody who you probably think that they are suffering in such a way, and reach out to them. Maybe they just want somebody to ask them how they are, just to give them some reassurance that it is good to be alive. I am important. Little things like that can help somebody from thinking twice of about committing suicide. Because really and truly, as I said to you before, it's because they're depressed. Other instances where persons would commit suicide maybe they've gone through a traumatic situation, they have a chronic illness, or they've just suddenly become bankrupt and lost everything, and they say, all right, this is it, I'm going to end it, right? So please be a brother's keeper and reach out to somebody who you might think, that's probably the first thing, who you might think probably is going through this.
Let me just elaborate, or let's go back a little bit. Why is it, I know you've done extensive research on this topic, I want to know what you found. Why is it that suicide prevention is so important?
Why suicide prevention is so important?
What can we do?
Persons are dying. We are trying our best to prevent that. We, as your brother's keeper, as I said, need to always let me just probably give you some facts. The World Health Organization records over 800,000 persons worldwide commit suicide, and that's persons worldwide who decide to end their lives. It is fact that every 40 seconds somewhere in the world somebody attempts suicide. And it's something that is real, and it's something that can happen to a loved one, somebody who you least expect it. It's a serious illness, and we should educate ourselves on the seriousness of it, the symptoms of it, and attempt to fight this by, what should I say? As I said it, educate yourself on the illness by pinpointing.
Be a closer friend.
Be a closer friend. I cannot stress that anymore. Be a closer friend to somebody. Don't feel as if, okay, even though this person is quiet, that they're okay. Sometimes that person might be going through a serious illness. All right?
Thank you so much, President Sheldon, for such an informative presentation. I'm sure that we all in the audience, we all got something that we could take from it and help somebody that is close to us. So now I'm going to ask Rotaractor Tamika to grace us with the vote of thanks.
Pleasant evening. On behalf of the Rotaract Club of St. Andrew, we'd like to express gratitude to the following persons. President Sheldon Pinnock, Rotaractor Isaac Brown, Director Sanisio Coward, and Director Tisha Vaughn. We'd like to, for participating in this community discussion, this discussion on suicide prevention. We'd also like to thank Rotary District 7020 for giving us this platform to discuss this topic. Now we know how to identify the symptoms, how to approach persons, and ways how to deal with these issues. We need to be our brother's keeper. We need to go out and just ask a friend how they are doing. Even though suicide rate is low in Jamaica, one is one too many. A few signs to look out for: physical marks such as cuts, questions like, will you miss me when I'm gone? Let's reach out to someone. Let's talk. Thank you, Madam Chairperson, for being here and having us sit and discuss this topic. I mean, it's been enlightening. The facts have been. We just like the topic. I mean, it's not a topic that we will like to easily discuss, because it's still a topic that's not discussed in Jamaica. But we like that the fact that we as young persons are here and we can talk about it. So just go out and help a friend.
Be your brother's keeper.
Be a brother's keeper.
And be a brother.
So thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Director Tamika, for that vote of thanks, and thank you, President Sheldon,
Thank you for having me.
educating us on the topic. Now, just to close, I'm going to thank everyone that came out and is a part of this discussion. It was very, very enlightening. And just look at us now, we're just like TVJ. But I definitely enjoyed the speech. I hope that you all enjoyed the speech. And this is the Rotaract Club of St. Andrew.
Way better than